Hi guys, it's Miss Checka, and I am at Oxford University, and I'm standing in front of the library. This part of the library right behind me is called Radcliffe Camera, which makes it sound like it is continuously taking a picture of me, but really camera is just the Latin word for rooms. So it's like a big, giant, round room. It's pretty awesome to study in. You can see around me there's all of these students and tourists coming here from all over the world, but you don't see a lot of people going in because you can actually only go in if you have this, which I have, which is, it's your library card. And we all know that library cards are like magical tickets to fabulous places, but in this case at Oxford, it's especially true because it gets you in there. So let me tell you about getting this card, because it is different from getting any other library card that I've ever gotten in my life, right? This is not a situation where you go up to a front desk and then you give your name and then they just give you a card. They take us into this room on the first day of school. And this room is gigantic, wooden panels, very dramatic. And then the head of the library comes in and she's wearing those black robes, which in the US we think of as kind of graduation robes. But here, those are scholarly robes, like you see in Harry Potter, right? So she comes in with a lot of drama and then she tells us the following story, okay? This is the story that she tells us. So this library was founded in 1602 by a guy named Thomas Bodley, hence Bodleian Library, right? And it is a library that has some books that you can visit and read there. There are smaller libraries sort of in the system where you can take it out, but most of the books are not for you to take home to your house. They are reference books, right? Even the novels are reference books. So way back when, there was a king, as in King of England, Charles II, and he wrote to the library, gave them a list of books, and said, hey, I'm the King of England. I would like to read these books. I know you're not supposed to take them out, but again, I am the King of England, so, lend me these books. And the librarians wrote back and said, no, you can't. They didn't let him check out these books. And as the head of the library told us, a couple of years later, he got beheaded, but the books are still there. And she told us this story and then kind of made eyebrows at us. And I think that the general idea is that we were supposed to understand, not necessarily that if you take out a book that you're not supposed to, you also will get your head chopped off, but that maybe, right? There's a precedent. It's happened, even if it wasn't a one-to-one relationship. So anyway, after they've told us the story and kind of put the fear of God into us, then we line up, and then you think like, yes, now I'm gonna get my card. No. So there is a thing, it's called the Bodleian Oath, oath just being another word for promise, right? And this oath, this promise, used to be only in Latin. And now they think that they're very modern because you can say it in English. They actually have a big binder where they have the oath in all kinds of different languages. Point being, this oath is very, very, very old, and it comes from a time not that long ago before electricity. So if you think about a building like this that's filled with all of these treasures, I mean the books, and they're all flammable, and there's no electricity, it might not occur to you right away, but if you think about this, do you study in the morning time? Probably not. Probably you do a lot of your homework at night. Well, that's always been true. But if students would come at night and they would bring candles, you could lose the entire contents of the library almost immediately. So the Bodleian Oath, the promise that you take before they give you a library card, is basically a big long paragraph saying that you will be very respectful of the books, you're not going to do anything crazy, you're not going to steal anything, you're not going to damage them, but especially that you will not bring kindling. In other words, flammable stuff to make a fire. You will not bring kindling into the library. And only after you have said this oath, then, now you get the library card. So, if you ever get the chance to study here at Oxford University, and you are so lucky as to be able to get into the Bodleian Library and the Radcliffe Camera, now you know. Don't bring kindling, you guys. That's it.